Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another Reddit BKFC Ask Me Anything with Katharina Lerner, the German Gypsy. How are you tonight?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us. How do you like Colorado?
Right now, I pretty dislike it
You dislike it?
because it got very cold, and I'm not a big fan of winter and cold temperature. But yeah, it's okay right now.
So I'm from Colorado, but I actually moved to Wisconsin, where it's even colder. But like I got away from all the people, less people but colder. I'll take it.
Okay, no. I'm always thinking about Florida, to be honest, because that's my kind of temperature I like.
So what brought you to Colorado?
The training. So I was training in Albuquerque before, and my former roommate moved to Denver.
Okay.
And I was in Germany and thinking about coming back, and I wasn't sure if I should go to Vegas, Denver, Florida. And the women's MMA team is very big here. We have a lot of very good fighters, and she was just like, yeah, you have to come here, the training is so good, the girls even have like separate training together. And then I tried it out and I was like, yeah, I really do like it here. And then I moved.
Yeah, so we talked to Taylor. She said one of the hardest parts was getting quality female training partners. So you feel like you have that in Colorado where you're at?
Yes, a lot.
So who are some of the women that you train with?
I train a lot with JJ Aldrich,
Okay.
and we had Shanna Dobson here, which has really good boxing. Raquel Pennington is here, Tisha
Sure.
Torres, Claire Guthrie. So we have a lot of girls here. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of great teammates. Do you
Yes.
do you train with anybody who has bare knuckle experience yet, or?
Courtney is here in Denver. She fought, I think, 3 times for BKFC.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
Courtney's on the Reddit. She's pretty active. She comes in there and chats with us, and
Yeah.
she's fantastic. I
So,
love her.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
she
I
even got to
think
hold the
she's the
alligator.
only. Say it again?
She got to hold the alligator when we took it to the fight before. So
Oh.
next time there's a fight, we'll have to make sure we get you a picture of the alligator.
Yes.
Is it something that you want to fight on the Colorado card? Like Courtney, they seem to have only on the Colorado card, or is it like you would prefer as long as you're fighting, you don't care where it's at?
I don't care at all. And I already talked to Jules about February, so that looks really good.
Okay.
Because I always train, I'm always in shape to fight, and February is now the goal in Florida. But yeah, of course, when they come back to Denver, I want to fight on that card too. But I want to be busy. I don't want to fight just once a year, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so that was going to actually be my question. So like BKFC signed a whole bunch of women. Jules like went hardcore signing a whole bunch of women. And it seems like we signed a whole bunch of people, and I say we, BKFC signed a whole bunch of people, but we haven't seen nearly the amount of fights. There used to be at least one to two a card, and now lately it seems like it's kind of fallen off, and there's been cards with no female fights. So did they tell you, hey, look, plan on being busy? Like, do you think that's something they're going to do in 2024 is try to step up the women's division a little bit, or?
Yeah, that's their goal. That's their goal to have way more female fights.
So I know 135 was kind of lacking there for a while, and I had heard talks that they were trying to build the 135, and they had
Hmm.
planned. I had heard that they were talking about like a tournament to get a 135 champion. And then you have Misfit now saying that she wants to go up to 135. So like, I mean, the 135 division just got crazy busy all of a sudden. It sounds like.
Yeah, so what I know is I think 10 or 11 girls got signed for 135.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they plan to have a title fight, I think like June or July next year. So, yeah, I mean, let's see how the level is going to be, because I think till now the level is below 135.
Sure.
And I mean, Christine is a really good boxer, fighter.
Sure.
And if she says she doesn't want to cut to 125 no more or want to be a double champ, why not?
Absolutely. So 135 will be your home. You think you have no interest in going to 25? I think you said like there was not a possibility, right?
No, no, absolutely impossible.
Yeah, I love when I talk to fighters and I say, "Hey, can you drop weight?" And they go, "Sure, but I'll have to amputate a leg, because it's not possible
Yeah,
otherwise."
no, no. I mean, I would have to be like a year on diet and drop a lot of muscle mass too. And
Yeah.
I would say my life quality would be zero then, and no, I wouldn't do it.
Okay, so you do live in Colorado. What kind of what kind of things do you enjoy doing about Colorado? Does Colorado remind you of Germany all at all, or not really? Or
Yeah, kind of, because where I grew up in the South, it's a little bit similar with the mountains and stuff. Actually, I'm honest, I'm just here for the training. I barely go hiking. I did snowboarding when I was young, but I always was injured. Like I broke my ribs, I had a concussion. Because it's dangerous, snowboarding, it
absolutely.
depends on how you do it, but I love that, but for now, I know it's too risky to do it.
It does kind of. It's unfortunate when you have like a high profile job like yourself, you can't do a bunch of the
Yeah.
dangerous stuff because I mean,
Yes.
you can't injure yourself. That's your moneymaker. So,
Yeah.
how often do you get to go back home to Germany?
I haven't been there now in 1.5 years. So I probably plan on fighting on the February 2nd card and then might have a vacation over there for 3 weeks. That's the plan
Maybe.
for right now.
So the BKFC Europe is starting to take off in Bulgaria, and I've heard talks of other countries. So hopefully Germany does one because that'd be fantastic to see you headline a card over there.
Yeah, so if I would fight in Europe, would have to be Germany, honestly, because I
Yeah,
mean I moved to America to fight here,
sure.
So but Germany, of course, would be great. Yeah,
So growing up, what was your combat sports pedigree like? What did you start off in?
I started boxing when I was around 14,
Okay,
so a long time ago, and started with kickboxing, I think at around 19, 20. Yeah, and then I switched to MMA 2012. Yeah, when I was like 22.
okay. So for those that haven't seen your fighting style, how would you describe yourself?
I'm a striker, and actually, I prefer always to throw hands. I'm not kicking too much. I always went only for like calf kicks. But yeah, striking for sure.
So are you excited now that like we talk to fighters all the time and they say, I'm so excited I don't have to go to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training anymore. I can just focus on this. Like their body feels better because they're not getting beat up in wrestling. Like have you noticed a difference in that yet? Or
Yeah, so my lower back belly hurts no more because all the uncontrolled movements in wrestling, you feel it. I mean, I'm 33 now, the body changes a little bit. So yeah, I like to do only striking. It feels good. It feels really good.
so when it comes time for fight night, people are gonna notice you have a lot of tattoos. Can you tell us which is your favorite tattoo?
I think my favorite tattoo, oh, good question. I have so
Yeah.
many.
You might have a few. You're like Taylor Starling. I was like, Taylor, pick one.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm covered in tattoos. I can't pick one.
I really kind of do like the one I got first. It's here completely on the side. It's flowers. I was very young when I got it. I was like 16, 17. And I also have a Ganesha here.
Okay.
I really do. You barely can see it, but it has a lot of details.
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
the guy who did it in Germany was really, really good. So I really like his work. And I have a tattoo guy here now in Denver. Stoke is his name, and he did my stomach, my face, my neck, my arm. Oh, I have my zodiac. He did it really good when you can see it, like the
Oh,
areas.
nice. Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, there's more to come for sure.
So like you're like, I'm looking for fight of the night bonuses and knockout of the night bonuses because I have tattoos. I noticed that with Taylor, every time she got fight of the night, suddenly she came back in her next fight, she had even more tattoos, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's a good investment, right? It stays forever.
Right. At what age can you get tattoos in Germany? Because in Colorado, you could get them when you're younger with the parents' permission, but up here in Wisconsin, you couldn't get them until you're 18. So I wasn't sure like
So
what Germany.
it's 18 in Germany, but with the permission of your parent, one parent, you can get it. And my mom was very cool and signed it for me without my dad's knowing. That was like it got a little bit drama at home.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, hopefully it's all passed by now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I saw that you actually train at A1 out there in Colorado, and I trained at A1 before I moved back when they had their old facility over off of
Oh nice.
Buckley. Yeah. So is Glenn still run A1 or?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Like you'll have to say hi to him. Yeah, it's funny because
I
I think
will.
Chris Young was there, and a bunch of guys, like I said, Glenn and a bunch of those guys. But yeah, so how do you like training at A1? And where do you
I,
train actually?
so I train 3 times a week at A1 with Rolando. So we do private training. I do with him twice a week, and then Saturday I spar with his people over there. And then the rest of the days I go still to high altitude MMA elevation fight team and train with my old striking coach there and spar there also on Tuesdays. And then I do 3 times a week strength and conditioning at Lando's Performance.
Wow, you're a busy lady.
Yeah.
So are you able to make fighting a full time job, or do you have a job in the States also?
No, I don't work. I don't work since 7 to 8 years, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
I do OnlyFans. That's
Okay.
my like let's say the main income.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you had to pick like a dream matchup, I guess, like I know you asked for Crystal Pittman during your BKFC interview. Say Crystal Pittman's busy. Is there another person that you'd like to fight right off the bat, or is it just kind of whoever they put in front of you?
Honestly, whoever they put in front of me.
And how do you see yourself? I mean, like you just running through the competition at this point because you're so much better than everybody, or
I think I'm the only one with that experience in combat sports because most of them never really fought or fought on like an amateur level. And even my MMA career, I fought people on very high level in Bellator, Ultimate Fighter. Um, so I think all of them lack experience of that for sure. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be like that, that I will fight for the title next year.
at what point did you realize that you wanted to make like boxing and kickboxing, MMA? Like what age did you realize you wanted to? And then what age did you were you able to like fully go after that goal?
I always kind of liked fighting. So when I was like young, like 14, 15, we all, like my friends, we met up and just fought outside. And yeah, and it was only me and another girl, and then all the guys always. And then when I started training more, when I was like 19, 20, I wanted to compete really bad because I was like, yeah, of course, I want to see how good I am and just not train for nothing, you know? So it was like always a thing to kind of compete.
At what age did you come to the States?
So the first time I went to America was 2018, I think, and
Okay.
fought here in California. Then I went back to Germany, and I decided that doing camps in Germany, coming over in like fight week, is just nothing I want to do because it's pretty exhausting, you know, sitting on like a 12, 15-hour flight 5 days
Yeah.
before a fight. And also let's say combat sports is really small in Germany still. So
Okay.
the level of training ain't that high. And especially there's barely girls. So yeah, I was like, okay, if I really want to have good training partners, I have to move to America.
Have you noticed a difference in like being able to train at elevation in your fights? It seems like everybody who trains at elevation has such a high advantage when they go against these other fighters that are, from sea level and such.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the last 2 fights I had was in Dallas, and I was barely like not breathing hard at all, even after 3 rounds. So yeah, you have a big advantage for sure.
Okay, so going into 135, it seems like Misfit's able to stop people quite a bit. Do you have the knockout power, or I mean, you're certainly not looking for decisions, but I wasn't sure if you feel like you have the power to knock these ladies out.
Yes, 100% because I almost dropped every girl with gloves on. So without gloves, it's gonna hurt more. I know that. And that one thing I was thinking too, like sometimes in fights, I mean, that's not your gloves, you know, so they might not fake perfect and you cannot close fully your hands, you know, you
Sure.
have that issue every now and then. And yeah, without gloves, it's gonna be way better for sure.
So when do you picture yourself starting your training camp, or have you started already?
I've started already. Like I said, I mean, I have no job. I do that full time, so I never get like fully out of shape.
Okay.
Um, so I already train like I'm in camp, and actually if I fight, yeah, against Crystal February 2nd, it's gonna be 7, 8 weeks from now. So we're in camp right now.
Okay, so it seems like a lot of the female fighters are also like you look at Jade Masang Wong, she's doing a boxing fight. So is that something you're looking at like you'd like to do compete outside of BKFC for a while too? Or is your sole focus BKFC at the moment?
I mean, my focus is on BKFC, and like I said, I hope they keep me busy and like don't just let me fight once a year because, I mean, I'm not 20 years old, you know? And
Sure.
like I said, I'm always in shape. I always can fight. And I did 2 pro boxing fights, and that's for sure something I want to keep doing. Maybe not next year, but like in long term, I love boxing.
Sure. Okay, so how long of a contract did you sign with BKFC?
2 years.
2 years? Oh wow, okay. So up to 6 fights potentially, or 4 fights? Or just 2 years?
Uh, it was just 2 years.
Okay, cool. All right, so my last question for you, are you superstitious at all?
What do you mean with superstitious?
Like bad luck, good luck? Do you do anything for luck type of, you know what I mean? Like do you have
Oh,
like a certain routine?
I have routines, but I don't believe in luck.
Okay. So what are some of your routines?
Just training or like daily routines?
Both.
Um, I mean, my day is pretty always the same. So I wake up, the first hour I'm like not available because my phone is off, you know, like I don't want to be
Okay.
stressed out in the morning.
Sure.
Before I need to stretch now. Like I said, I'm 33, you know, when you wake up, my body is like all stiff. So I stretch a lot in the morning, like 10, 15 minutes. I try to get an ice bath in the morning. So I'm up, and yeah, then the first training session is usually at 10.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do the first at 10 and then mostly the second at 1. So I have just a short break in between, and I'm usually done by 3 with all my training and recovery. And then I just, yeah, chill, run errands, whatever I have to do for the day.
Okay, what about fighting wise?
On fight day,
Yeah.
um, so I have a good breakfast on fight day. And I get my hair braided on fight day because I made the mistake a few times where I got my hair braided the day before and then I couldn't sleep all night because
It's
it
so
was so
tight.
tight, you know. So I always get my hair braided and then I will have lunch, take a nap, um, and then trying to be alone, honestly, till we go to the arena.
Are you a nap person? Are you one of those people that likes taking naps? Because I can't fall asleep if it's during the day, but I have a buddy who like closes his eyes 30 seconds and he's out.
Oh
So
yeah, I take naps kind of every day, like an hour.
you're a professional napper.
I'm a professional napper, yeah, and I have that whoop here, that whoop who
Okay.
tracks your sleep and everything.
Yeah,
And I think it was always between 8 and 12 minutes till I fall asleep.
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I lied. I have one more question. So you said you like to fight and you used to fight guys. Do you remember the first time that you got in like a fist fight, like out of anger, you were mad at somebody as a kid, like your first street fight type of thing?
Yes, I was. So the first one was definitely in school, and I think I was 11 years old, 11, 12.
Okay.
But it was a girl. So we fought, and actually, not even a year after I left that school, and my parents sent me to a private Catholic school for females only.
Okay.
That was terrible. But yeah, so I think that was like the first time I hit someone in the face without like anything.
I like to picture she's like trying to scratch you and pull your hair, and you're just like straight jabbing her and punching her in the face.
I didn't box yet. You
Oh,
know, I
okay.
didn't box. Nah, I didn't box yet, but it was definitely with hair pulling and like on the
Yeah.
ground throwing. Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody wanted to follow you, would you say Instagram, OnlyFans? Like, what's the best way to follow you and find out about the life of Kat?
Instagram, of course, you can watch all my stories and see what I'm doing throughout the day. And for every other thing, like chatting with me, please subscribe to the OnlyFans because that's where I'm online
Cool.
most.
Well, we appreciate all your time, and we can't wait. Hopefully, we hear some fight announcements soon. So that'd be great.
I hope so too.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.